Welcome to Rec Reviews, movies and entertainment analysis using the latest in beer goggle technology. And here are your dubiously qualified hosts, Eric, Paul, and Sharp.
And Amy.
And Amy. One of these days.
And Amy.
I promise.
It's a lot to do to get that changed.
One of these days, you know what? Maybe do it today, as soon as we get done.
Yay.
Yeah.
You want to do it now, live on
You
air?
want to do it now? We can. You just cut it out. Go.
We have shit to talk about, so...
We can do it after. Let's talk about shit now.
You can just say, and Amy, and you just put it in.
That's right. You already said it. I could just edit it in later. I think we're good.
I sound like a 12-year-old girl when I say that, so whatever works, sure.
Use your hentai voice.
Oh my God, you want me to?
Yes, please.
That would be awesome.
I've already had 2 drinks, so I might actually do it.
That would be awesome.
Pre-gaming in full effect.
So how you guys doing? It's been a while.
Right?
I always say that every top of the show, because it's always
been
a while.
About a month, I think.
Yeah,
When did Black Panther come out?
Yeah, Black Panther.
Yeah. Wakanda Forever.
Oh, actually,
You just want to talk about that again? We can do that.
I did watch it twice. I don't know if I told you guys that, though.
I've seen it 3 times.
Okay, all right, we're cool. Okay, we're on the same level. Great.
Currently, my favorite film.
I bought tickets for the inevitably bad...
Infinity
Wars.
Oh, yeah.
I still have to buy my tickets, and I'm actually really excited for it. I'm not going to lie. I'm hoping somebody dies, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting
Tony
for.
Stark and Captain America
Yeah,
are
they're
going to
be
die
dead
in this movie.
That's why I want to watch it.
I hope they make out and die together.
With a huge fire blast in the background.
Doesn't it look, from the 18 different trailers that they have, it looks absolutely terrible.
No,
I haven't actually seen the trailer for it yet.
I watched.
Then what are you basing your opinion on?
The other Marvel movies?
Well, wait a minute. Black Panther was good, though.
Black Panther was great.
they've been hit and miss. They've had a few really good ones.
Yeah, but all the Captain America ones have been bad.
That's true.
It seems really, even though they've been at this...
Avengers 2 was terrible.
Yeah.
Even though they've been at this whole MCU thing for quite a few years now, it seems a bit premature to just throw... They're like, let's just throw everybody in there right now and just do it now.
Well, they've been working on
been
this
like
for
10
like
years?
15 years. I don't know how long.
Yeah. No, I think it's fine.
I'm a jerk. I already bought my ticket, so what can I say?
Hey, you're prepared, so...
Well, I assume we're doing a show.
When does it open? Like the
end of this month, actually.
27th?
Yeah, 27th, 28th.
All
Yeah,
right.
for sure. And then Deadpool, which I can't wait.
Deadpool will be good. Well...
Did you watch the
I
trailer
wanna see
for
Deadpool.
it?
I don't think it's going to be good.
I've seen bits and pieces of because they always make like 5 trailers, and then
I only saw 3.
Well, sometimes like if you go on like YouTube, it'll say Deadpool trailer or whatever trailer, and it's a fan.
Yeah, it's a fan-made trailer.
Oh, those are the worst.
Yeah,
when I fall for those, it's like, oh my God, it's like Star Trek meets Predator.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is going to be awesome. Oh, it's just fan fiction bullshit.
I'm just excited because Domino's going to be in it, and they have some newer X-Men characters that are going to be in it, too.
Cable's going to be in it. So.
Well, Cable is also Thanos, which is really weird. Was it Josh
Brolin.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Yes, him. Which is really weird. So.
Well, they've done a lot of cross. What's his name was Johnny Storm, wasn't he? Who's Captain America now?
Wasn't Josh Brolin some cowboy dude?
Yeah.
He was Goonies. He was
No, but like he was already in a comic book movie.
Yeah, the stupid
Oh, I know what one you're talking about. It was like really dumb.
It's a Western or something.
Yeah, it was really dumb comic movie. I forgot the name of it, though, but I know what you're talking
It'll
about.
come to me, but yeah, it was dumb. It was, and
he was also in Sin City 2, I think.
Yeah, he was.
He was in that as well. Yeah.
He was.
Yeah, so he's got his comic book creds, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
How about they put some, I don't know, actors in it that actually know how to act?
Acting.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay, if you think about
Kingsley at some point.
Well, if you think about like comic book movies, let's go like Fantastic Four. For some reason, like you had Chris Evans who was in it, and then you had Michael B. Jordan who was also in the reboot, and he's Eric Killmonger. So interesting how that works.
Yep, you realize that they don't seem to be able to make a good Fantastic Four movie.
I think they need to stop it.
Yeah, it's
they
just
need
like
to
give
stop.
it up.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a
Did
crappy
they-
comic book. I don't remember
Are
if
they
I ever
rebooting
came
it
across
again
one
or
of those.
I haven't heard that they're redoing it again.
No, I
They
think
shouldn't.
I think they're going to give it 20 more years.
We'll
before
get
they
it right
start
this
again.
time.
I used to
They'll just
love
make it
the
rated
comic-
R because that's what Fox does now to their.
Yeah. I used to love the comic book when I was a kid. Thought it was awesome, but
Yeah, I was
it's
never
just,
into
it hasn't transferred to film very well.
No, not at all.
You notice they're not in the MCU.
Nope.
They're like
But
Give it time.
neither is Blade.
Disney will buy Fox. Oh wait, no, they did buy Fox.
I
Did
thought
they?
they were talking in talks about
No,
it.
no,
No,
they
they
I think they
bought
did.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay, so they can. They
Oh
can,
my God, Disney
they,
is ruling the
They
world
can move
now.
in.
Jawohl, Herr Disney.
I think they're now
There you go.
purposely buying these companies
You can
because
have
they're
X-Men
like,
and Marvel together.
Yeah.
I think they're buying the moon. They're going
yeah,
to own the moon.
Right.
from
Reshape
Elon
it to look
Musk.
like the Disney head.
There's going to be a Mickey Mouse face on it.
Yeah.
Hidden Mickey.
Turn
on the
it
moon.
into a resort.
Yes, I
Yeah.
want part of that, please. I will do it.
We'll all fly up there on Richard Branson's airlines.
Virgin Airlines, yeah.
We'll drive there in Teslas.
From Elon Musk. Yes. All right, let's do this. But yeah, so those
I like
are
the theory
newest
that
ones.
he had like a dead hooker like in the
Yeah.
back of the trunk of that thing.
and he's just
he
launching it
launched
into space.
It's like the perfect crime.
I know.
getaway.
Hey, well,
No, not in a trunk, in the actual spacesuit.
Yeah.
Oh, in the
Yeah.
spacesuit?
It wasn't a mannequin, it was an actual
Yeah,
dead
it was a
hooker.
dead body.
There's
was
two
trying to
dead
get-
people.
hey, if you got the money.
I can't be mad at that, that's for sure.
So what's everybody? Is anybody drinking other than me?
No, I'm
Amy's
deep in
already
it.
like her third Mike's hard
I'm on
watermelon
my
lemonade.
second. Hey, you spoiled it.
I am on a month-long sabbatical from drinking.
Oh, congrats.
Well, just because I went crazy in Vegas for the last month and a half. So,
Well, congrats.
That's why you look slimmer. You're
well, I just stopped drinking.
throwing up every night.
Well, no, I just stopped drinking like Sunday. So,
Oh, geez.
yeah, it's just started.
Okay.
Are you doing a full month?
I'm going to do a full month.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Nice.
It's easy to do. I actually did 6 months one
But
time.
Infinity Wars comes out. You're not going to need a drink for that.
CBD oil.
Yeah, there you go.
He's got a new toy.
I want a new drug.
Actually, that is something I'm looking forward. I'm actually going to do that. But I'm going to have my friend drive. I'm not going to, be under that influence and take to the streets, but I will be that passenger and go to the theater and watch it that way.
I think I'm the only one here who's just not looking forward to Infinity Wars.
I'm not. I
I'm
couldn't
not,
care
no,
less.
like I want to see again. I want to see somebody die.
I only go to
That's what
Marvel
I'm looking
movies because you
for.
guys make me. I haven't looked forward
Just
to any
because
of these.
it's
The
fun
people
to
demand it, Paul.
it's fun to wreck
I know.
them, and Black Panther
that's
turned
why.
out being good.
Yeah.
But it's just Marvel. I mean, they had a just such a good chance to finally bring these comic books to life, and they just screwed it up. I just all across the board.
I think Black Panther's success makes me even less interested in
yeah,
this big grandiose thing that they have going on.
they should have ended it all with Black Panther. Like, well, that's the end. Thank you.
I think they already know it's kind of a tangled mess, and this is the only way out of it.
Well, so let's discuss Black Panther here for a second because
We already did an episode.
already
on
did.
Black Panther.
but the Marvel universe is so stupid because I've seen this. I've seen Black Panther 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
So now in Black Panther,
The Marvel universe or the
MCU,
the cinematic?
the cinematic,
yes,
yeah.
okay.
So in Black Panther, it's like, okay, no one knows about Wakanda. Everybody thinks it's a third world country. Okay, well in Captain America: Civil War, then why was the king of Wakanda the person that's talking to everybody? He's like the head of the United Nations or something. It's like everybody thinks you're a country full of farmers, and you have nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So why is he the person that's there making all this noise? Like, this is what we're going to do. They'd be like, why are we listening to you? Which is what they bring up at the end of Black Panther. He says, well, what does a country full of farmers have to offer us? And then he gets the look in his eye like, yeah, we're going to tell you. And then
I remember that line. I don't remember anything about his father, though, to be honest.
yeah, well, he like his
I think that was in a Captain America movie that I have forgotten about.
Yeah, it was only a 5-minute scene
Right.
that you saw his father. But the whole premise in Black Panther is that nobody knows about Wakanda. They know it's a country. It's a third world poor country. They don't know that they're the most technologically advanced country on earth, and they've never been defeated in a war and just all this stuff. But it's like nobody knows that. But in Captain America: Civil War, everyone seemed to know it. And so
I refuse to rewatch that movie to
also
include all this stuff.
In Civil War, T'Challa, he took off his mask and showed everybody, yeah, I'm Black Panther. So it's like, wait a minute, aren't you from the third world country of farmers? How do you have what is all this shit you're wearing?
Right.
I haven't been taking notes this good.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's a mess.
It is, and you guys know this, I think from the first episode I did with you guys was Guardians of the Galaxy. I think it was the second one that came out. I don't think it was the first one.
Oh, that one was
the shitty one.
I liked it. One, yeah. I like Chris Pratt, but my point is, like, I'm a huge Marvel fan, and I always have a high hope, and I was very happy how Black Panther turned out.
Yes.
My last, again, was Civil War. I didn't view it as a Captain America movie. I viewed it as an Avenger movie because there were so many different characters to it. So it's kind of like we haven't had an Avenger movie in a few years now. The last one we know was pretty terrible. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like now it's out ahead. So it's like this is technically, with the exception of part 2, this is the last of the Avengers we know of. This is their last flick, technically.
Well, no, because
how do you figure?
Because they've already said that this one, Infinity War, is going to be Infinity War Part 1. There's a Part 2.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, when it's done though, like when this actual chapter is finished.
Oh yeah,
then
it's
kind of a whole like.
That's when they get you with Part 3.
No, I will not do part.
That's when they move on to the new Avengers.
Yeah, that's when they move on to a new Thor.
I think that's when some
Iron
sort of
Man.
like a galactic Thanos actually invades the Earth, and no more movies for anybody.
Right.
It's just toiling in mines.
I'm kind of, but I'm just excited because I'm kind of excited because I like to see these different characters, especially Guardians making an appearance, Black Panther making this. I'm excited about that. I don't care about everyone else, but technically, again, we all know it's about
drinky.
And okay, so
sorry, you were saying
that actually was kind of soothing, almost like an ASMR kind of thing. So
you need to take a drink and then go.
Anyway, I'm excited to see people die, but since we're on this, what are you having, Paul, to drink
today? That could be the tagline for the show.
I'm excited to see people die.
Yes, please.
Actually, that's going to be your soundbite for the intro.
For the intro?
With Paul, Eric, Shark, and Amy. I'm excited to see people die.
Excited to see people die.
Oh my god! No, don't do that.
I'm drinking sake. I'm drinking Shochikubai.
The pretty
sake, pretty bottle with a pink flower with like a cherry blossom.
It's a perfect cup for sake as well.
Yeah, I actually found a legitimate cup. I'm not drinking like fine wine out of a plastic cup for once. It's pretty good.
Nice.
Paul, what you sipping on?
Eric?
Eric. I just
How much have you had?
All white people look the same.
He's still drunk from Vegas.
Yeah, this is residual from Vegas. Yeah,
it's the CBD oil kicking in.
I am drinking Dank and Sticky, a IPA by Hop Concept, which is Port Brewing up in St. Marcus.
That sounds like weed. Not
yeah,
beer.
that's what I was gonna say.
It is a weed reference. Yes.
Yeah.
Does it taste like
No, it tastes like beer.
Does it taste dank and sticky?
So it's just like a marketing thing. Like, hey, I like weed. I like beer.
Oh, yeah.
Dank and sticky.
Genius.
Yeah. You've been to North County.
Yeah.
There'll be weed heads that buy that just because. Well,
yeah, it's good though. I enjoy it.
I am having a nice cold glass of nothing.
Aw. And I just finished my second hard.
Time to move on to part 3.
No, I have to drive after. So, and I actually didn't eat anything, so I did myself a disservice.
Well, let's talk about something semi-relevant.
Yeah.
Well, recent. It's
we're not here for Marvel.
We mentioned, I think, on the last show we were going to watch Annihilation, and 3 of us eventually did.
3 out of 4.
It was very, very steep.
One of us was smart enough not to.
Yep. I agree.
I was letting it ride on the hard 8. So
so I was excited about it because the trailers look cool, and it was the same guy that did Ex Machina, which I really liked. So I thought it was going to be like I
hear good things about that. I need to see it.
It was a really good movie.
Ex Machina is good.
Ex Machina is good. So I thought this would be in the same vein.
Because I can't stand what's her name, the Tomb Raider girl.
Oh, really? I like
Alicia Vikander.
Yeah, like she hasn't.
As a robot, she works.
Okay, I can understand that.
if you have a problem with her expressing like good human emotions as an actress, then her
I
playing
saw her in
this
that crappy Born Identity movie. She's awful in that. Everybody's awful in that though. So maybe it's
Born Identity.
Whatever
Jason Bourne?
Jason
Like
Bourne, the last Jason
oh
Bourne
my
movie.
god! Oh, that was the worst movie ever.
Yeah,
I've never seen
Kill Me
it.
Now. That's
Yeah, that is one of the
so
worst
bad,
movies we've seen.
so bad.
I will take your word
I want
for
my
it.
fucking $17 back. God damn it!
Damn. It was that bad.
It was that
horrible.
like I almost
It was
like
horrible.
I would
the
watch
only
Annihilation over it.
Yeah.
the only reason I didn't walk out of that movie is because I was like a ride to like 3 other people. Otherwise, I would have left. And so yeah, Annihilation was disappointing because it looked cool from the trailer. The guy that made the movie, I forget his name. Ex Machina, I thought it would be in the same vein, and it kind of started out interesting and just like devolved into just bullshit.
I was bored by the first
Yeah.
part, but the middle part I would kind of got interested. And then
and then the end was
the end
just
didn't
a
work for me
confusing
either.
The
mess.
end. Oh my god! I don't even. Maybe I should have been high watching this.
So to recap it for Shark who hasn't seen it,
Yeah, because
basically
it looks like female predator to me. That's
No,
definitely not a female
Yeah.
predator. It would have been cooler if it was.
well.
So-
What's the plot?
So what's her face?
Natalie
No,
Portman.
Natalie Portman. She's got this boyfriend who is in the military, and he goes on some mission and he disappears, and she doesn't hear from him for like a year. And then all of a sudden he shows up out of nowhere, but he's acting really weird and creepy, and he can't tell her where he's been and what he's been doing. Then the government shows up and they like whisk him away, and they whisk her away, and there's this whole. Basically, it turns out that there's some sort of like weird alien invasion in this one area of the country. There's this kind of like weird
a meteor hit a lighthouse.
a meteor hit a lighthouse and then started expanding a perimeter of like this
Weird light
weird
prism thing.
Yeah, weird prism thing, and inside this perimeter, like whoever goes in there, they'd send like special forces there, check it out. Nobody comes back, so nobody knows what it's about, but it keeps expanding and growing, and some kind of alien thing. So Natalie Portman gets hooked up with like the people that are interrogating it, and she joins a team of women to go inside it to.
Okay, now is she a soldier?
She had
was
training.
military.
Yeah, she was
She's
military
military
training, and she is a biologist or something.
Yeah,
She's a teacher, but what was she a teacher?
No, she's a teacher out of college.
genetics. I think
Yeah.
she's a
genetics.
genetics teacher or something.
Yeah,
like
they're
that.
studying cancer at the very beginning, and there's a whole like cancer metaphor throughout the whole movie.
Let me interject something here. Isn't it always interesting how they always have characters in a film like that that's, oh, I'm a microbiologist, but I'm the greatest soldier that ever lived also, and I'm a karate expert. And,
She's not a great soldier.
Yeah.
Oh no, she had good technique shooting that mutant gator. That was
The shark gator?
The Israeli army training. You could see that paid off.
Yeah, I don't know. This movie did two sins at the very beginning that ruined it for me. It shows you that it's alien to begin with. It would have been cool to not have known that.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And they also do that. The whole movie is Natalie Portman being interrogated and her recalling the events.
So you know that she lives.
Yeah, like everybody dies but except for her
Yeah.
on the mission. So unless that has some sort of narrative payoff, I don't know why you would structure it that way, which it didn't at all.
Yeah.
Now,
So I hate movies.
Well, just kind of for the mood.
I hate movies that start at the end and
Yeah.
then you
Yeah,
get
that's-
like the previous 6 weeks or whatever.
Now, can I
stuff.
ask? Is there a significance to the fact that the whole squad was female? Or did they just? Do they explain that? or-
Sort of. Basically, it's like all they sent before was like army dudes, and none of them came back. So they're like,
Yeah.
let's just throw a bunch of women in there, see if that
See what
changes
happens.
anything.
Okay.
But then the thing is, like, all of them kind of had like they were like at a weird point in their life where like they had nothing left to lose, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But and the woman running the whole project was female. So I don't know.
The only good thing about that female team was Tessa Thompson, aka Valkyrie in Thor Ragnarok, and
She's a good actress.
I love her. That's the only. I'll
Yeah.
take her over Natalie Portman. Honestly, I'm over Natalie.
I think Natalie Portman was miscast for this.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree. She
I
didn't
generally
feel
like
she
her,
fit.
but she
Yeah.
didn't really work for me. None of them really worked.
I've always liked Natalie Portman, but it seems like now because then she's like a Harvard grad.
Yeah.
Now and she's like, I don't really care about movies. It's just like kind of what I'm doing. Like she
I mean,
seems like she wants to do something a little smarter, but apparently she decided not on this one.
So maybe you guys can clarify because I was a little confused and maybe I missed something. So going to where they leave the house and it's near the end, Tessa Thompson is talking. Does she turn into a tree?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Explain that, please.
So after like dicking around, so they go into this perimeter and there's all this weird stuff. They lose time. They can't remember where they were. There's all these weird animals and plants and all these like metastasizing. But
you also see like plant sculptures in the shape of people,
right?
And like plants crossbreeding that shouldn't be crossbreeding. Like there's a lot of like messed up biology stuff.
Yeah, messed up biology. Basically, what kind of happens is like weird genetic crossbreeds where like one genetic species will invade another one and they kind of just combine and create like all these weird combinations. So what they figured out what happens is it's sort of like some sort of like electromagnetic emanation that copies your DNA across different species. So where they see the plants in the shape of humans, it's basically plants that are tapping into human DNA to like get the structure of the human body.
Right, and one girl has started to have plant stuff growing out of her arm.
It's like Alien meets Sphere meets.
It's a lot of there's some cool concepts in this movie, but I don't think
but bad delivery.
It just was not executed well at all.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's based on a book, and I'm sure maybe the book is really good.
The book is way different.
I heard the book was way different, way better than the movie. That's what I heard.
A usual story.
Which is I don't know. It's unfortunate because like there's cool concepts in here, but.
Speaking of cool concepts, what about this bear that you were talking about?
Yeah, what's the deal with the bear?
There was like one. That's the other thing about this movie. It doesn't quite know what genre it is. It starts off as like hard sci-fi, and then it like goes off into like horror movie for a while.
Yeah,
I'm kind of okay with movies changing genres, so to speak, or whatever. But
and then
that was
like
really the
whole,
only effective scene.
Before that, even there's that whole like torture porn thing where they're cutting up
that dude's stomach, intestines are moving around.
Yeah,
that was weird. That was totally weird.
But yeah, so the scene with the bear was good because it was pretty fucked up. Like,
it was.
If you like fucked up scenery.
Well, yeah. Spoiler alert. Tell me what happens.
Well, that's what this episode's
like
going to be called.
Kills
spoiler
a girl,
alert.
but like part of her essence gets wrapped up in the bear. So when the bear like roars, it also makes her like shouting, "Help me!"
Right, it sounds like her.
It sounds like her too.
All right, I'm gonna roar, and Amy goes, "Help me!" 1, 2, 3, go. Not like
it was not like
we're not doing hentai now. Yeah. you're being killed by a giant bear.
Help me! That's
it's like
it was disturbing. It was kind of disturbing.
And the bear was also like physically.
He was
like all mutated.
I don't know. It was really cool.
It was
very
cool.
Scene.
It was just like, what the hell is going on?
And it was one of those scenes where like you just have to sit still, and this thing is like roaring in your face, and you can't flinch, sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know, it sounds like a very kind of a throwaway movie, and I like.
Did you see Arrival?
I haven't.
It was like a shitty version of Arrival.
I saw the beginning of Arrival, and it was so boring to me that I turned it off.
Okay, well, this is. I don't know. It's like a cross between that and. I don't know. It has. I don't know. It tries to happen. Imagine like Arrival mixed in with horror.
Yeah, it sounds
but
like
Arrival
Alien.
I think like what I said in the text is, or at least the ending. It's like a cross between 2001: Space Odyssey and Black Swan.
Oh God!
And well, Natalie Portman was in Black Swan.
So miss that one. Is what you're saying?
Do you guys have a take on the end?
Okay. Wait. At the end, with the lead of the team, she's sitting alone in that room, and then she's like, "I am Annihilation," and then she disintegrates, and I'm like,
that was a cool scene. I thought just visually,
okay, I'll get that, but I'm like,
she says, "I am Annihilation,"
something like that. Yeah, it was like, I am.
She says the title of the movie.
Yeah,
she does.
Always a good. That was
like,
Jennifer Jason Leigh. I kind of liked her in this movie. I haven't seen her in a while in anything.
Oh, she hasn't aged well. No.
Really?
Not like
she kind of looks the same as always.
Well,
yeah,
no,
she was
like,
fine to me.
She's not going to look how she looked in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, but I mean, no, it was just really weird. And then
I like her as an actress, though.
She turns into a blob, and then Natalie Portman's all mystified with the blob, and then it just took a really weird turn. And maybe I should have been high watching this to fully understand, but
I don't know. If you like metaphors, the whole thing's like a metaphor for, I don't know, like there's a bunch of cancer stuff. There's like Natalie Portman's character is depressed, so a lot of this is like, I don't know, depression metaphors, I guess.
Yeah,
there's a lot of that.
It didn't. Did it make any money? Because I haven't.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, and it's probably like I was going to say I haven't heard anything about it, but pretty much for the last.
I think it's actually on
months.
Netflix now or something. Like,
Is it really already?
It's not
No.
even. No, it's not.
I
It's
don't
out of
think so.
theaters now. Like, I think
well, that was like a deal. Like
staged.
it had like a 3-week release, and then it was going to be on Netflix or something.
Like,
There was some
I
weird.
haven't seen it on
Really?
Netflix.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
Maybe
it
not in
either.
our market. Maybe it's
Maybe it would have got a little more heat if it didn't come right on the heels of Black Panther, because Black Panther's still killing every movie out there.
Well, I think this goes after a different demographic.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
Yeah,
supposed to
this
be like
is-
brainy sci-fi.
Yeah, this is a different crowd.
I felt like it really didn't do a whole lot of advertising though. Like I saw a few previews and then I didn't hear anything about it.
Oh, I saw it in my Facebook feed like every
Really?
5 seconds.
I saw a lot of
Oh,
previews.
wow.
Like
Yeah.
I remember just like going to the bars and stuff and seeing it.
Oh.
Yeah,
But-
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't see many previews at all either. So
And the previews look cool, and visually the movie was actually very cool. Like if you just distill it to some of
some
the
cool
stuff. Some cool stuff. There's enough for a trailer. There's enough for a cool trailer.
Some of it just looked like bad CG too, though. I don't.
Yeah, it did.
But see,
Yeah.
there for me, therein lies the problem with filmmaking now. It's like it's visually stunning, but there's no story, and the
Yeah.
acting is terrible.
And then
There's
just
a cool story here. I don't think the director was up for the material.
It wasn't translated very well.
I don't know.
From what I heard.
I'd be interested maybe to read the book.
Yeah.
See if that's better.
Kind of compare and like, oh, they could have done this instead of maybe this. or
And
added
that-
The
this.
book is like journals she writes throughout her experience. I think is how that the narrative is. That's just kind of an interesting thing.
So, like, I agree with you. The fact that they kind of show that it's something coming from outer space is
That's a
total
bummer.
It's a
Why would you
bummer
do that?
because the whole thing is like it's weird and you don't know what it is and
Yeah.
how to figure it out. That would have been a lot better.
Make it a whodunit.
Yeah,
I think this bad movie thing is excuse me, the cause of. I think producers are making directors follow a certain formula with films like sci-fi stuff, which is why I think Black Panther was such a good movie, because Ryan Coogler did not follow the way Marvel movies go. He made it like kind of a standalone. It didn't have to be Black Panther. It could have been that.
To me,
that
like the
story.
best Marvel movies are the ones where they get directors with the very sort of a very director style. Like,
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy was great because they got
James
Gunn.
James Gunn.
Yeah.
Although I don't know how, but like
Did he direct the second one?
yeah, he
too?
directed
Yeah,
the
he
second one.
did.
It's garbage.
Okay, and that's what I mean. I
Joss
think this-
Whedon, the first Avengers is good, but the second one's
Yeah,
great.
I think the
So-
second Guardians followed that Marvel shit. The first one was just kind of a fun-loving space movie.
I don't think Marvel had a lot of hopes for Guardians.
And it turned out to be one of their
It's like,
best movies.
just
Yeah.
do whatever you want. And I guess
I wonder if they're the same way with Black Panther. Probably not at this point in the stages of these movies. I don't know.
I guess it's like with anything. Like if you come at it and you're hungry and you have something to prove and you have a vision, it's great. And then like you rest on your laurels and then just try to recreate what you've already
I don't know.
done.
That director doesn't really have. He doesn't have much to prove because he's. I mean, this is his fourth movie.
And he's
Good, I don't
know. He makes more cerebral type stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I hope he made enough money so he can go back making really cool movies.
yeah. Well, you know what? Like, if you think about it, so what you were talking about, the director making a certain type of film, kind of one that they understand. So you take the original Guardians of the Galaxy and Black Panther, just music alone in those two movies.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it really helps to carry the story.
Yeah.
And that was I thought they were going to do that again in Guardians 2, which they kind of did.
They didn't nail the music at all in the second one.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, the soundtrack to the first Guardians of the Galaxy is great.
Mm-hmm.
And the soundtrack to Black Panther is incredible.
Yep.
So they let the music kind of guide the film, and then Ryan Coogler directed it in his style. It was more of an urban movie. Mm-hmm. The same way the original Guardians was more of it was pretty much a Chris Pratt free-for-all. It was like the movie kind of followed him, and like every character in that movie I thought had a really good personality and kind of, stuck out. But the second one, it was more like, hey, look, we're putting Kurt Russell in a movie. That's what it was like. So
I mean, I still liked it, but I totally see y'all's point.
I just wondered if they had to hit certain beats.
Probably.
Because that whole sister relationship thing did not work at all.
No. They tried, and it just didn't. It felt very uncomfortable. It didn't feel like a good flow or anything like that.
It looked like they were building up for Infinity Wars, going, hey, this is going to be a character in Infinity War, and this is going to be a character in Infinity War. So
I still think Thor Ragnarok is one of my favorites.
I thought that movie sucked.
I love Thor Ragnarok.
That's another movie that was very distinct. Like, I love that they took the worst character who has been terrible, and they just completely changed his personality. Like, they just made it a comedy.
Right, but to me, there's nothing worse than an unfunny comedy. And
I thought it was funny.
Ragnarok was funny.
It was.
I don't know.
Right, now that you got your CBD oil, take some of that, drip it under your tongue, and then go rewatch that again. A good quality version, like a nice DVD rip.
You should give that a shot. Because I was not as thrilled with it when I first saw it, and I was like, this should be for me. But for whatever reason, I don't know if it was the mood I was in, but I rewatched them like, all right, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah, you know what? Like what we got off Annihilation, but you know what? Marvel hasn't done. They haven't really given the Hulk anything to do. Like he's always just
Hulk
like
smash.
That's it.
That one Hulk movie was bad.
That's what happens when they give them something to do. They shit the bed every time.
Well, I heard both of them are bad.
They're both bad. Yeah, they're always bad.
Yeah, but so like those Hulk movies came before the whole MCU thing started.
Well, technically, the Edward Norton one is in this universe.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, and that was a terrible, terrible movie. Mm-hmm. It was really, really dumb. And they were going to give what's her
ScarJo.
Yes, yeah.
They're going to give her a movie.
No,
they're going to give her a movie.
No,
and it's like, why? What's the? I don't understand why.
Because she can knock people out with her hair. Yeah. If you go back and watch Avengers, that happens.
I think the most boring character in this whole MCU thing is the Scarlet Witch. It's so boring.
They had opportunity. First of all, I want to appreciate that every time we talk
Cheadle
about a movie,
is pretty boring too.
It leads to Marvel discussions.
Has he done anything? Don Cheadle hasn't done anything in these movies.
I think he got shot down once.
He got shot down because he was.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
No,
Yes, he did.
He got shot down and got prosthetics from Tony Stark.
Google fight.
Yeah. But anyway,
what movie did that happen in?
I didn't mean for us to get back on the
That
MCU.
happened in Civil War.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
like
I'm not watching that.
End.
Never mind. I saw that once. I'm not doing that.
Near the end, where Robert Downey Jr. had his most emotional moment.
My friend got shot.
God, that movie
by a bird.
Well, we did a show on that. I've said my piece. Civil War. But
all right, let's get off Marvel.
We did. Did anybody have any TV shows or anything?
Well, I wanted to. Did anyone see Isle of Dogs?
No,
I want to.
It's good.
You saw it?
Yeah,
okay.
It's really, really good.
My wife and I were talking about seeing it this weekend.
Wes Anderson fans?
Is it worth doing a show on?
Yeah, maybe. It's good. Yeah, I think so.
I like Wes Anderson. He's really quirky.
Yeah, really quirky, and like with this one, so
part.
like in all his movies, he's got like this like hyper focused, like let's make like this diorama kind of shoot, but like not because it's all animated with like it's kind of like stop motion animation combined with like drawn animation.
Did you see a Fantastic Mr. Fox?
No,
that's a good movie.
Is it?
It's a stop motion Wes Anderson movie.
Really? That's Wes Anderson?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I haven't seen that. I think I've seen most of his live action ones.
Okay, you should give it a shot. It's good.
All right, I'll check that out. This one was really good. It's off the wall. It's like it's really weird and quirky because it's Wes Anderson stuff, always is. But it was really good. It was sweet and it was kind of a little bit dark too.
Sounds like a Wes Anderson movie.
You know what's good? You were talking about television shows, and I can't even believe that I like this. It's the Lemony Snicket, the series of unfortunate.
It's good. I saw it on Netflix. I'm like, should I give this a try?
It's really good.
Really?
Yeah, it really is good. What's his name? Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah,
Neil Patrick Harris, isn't it?
He's awesome. He
plays the main guy.
Yeah,
I'm sold.
It's hilarious. Yeah, it's a good show. The little kids are really, really good actors. They're really good actors. Yeah.
All right, I'll
check it out.
Maybe check that out.
Give it a look.
Currently watching. I am 2 episodes in, so but I'm super fascinated by it. It's called Counterpart. It's on Stars. It stars J.K. Simmons.
Okay.
He's a good actor, but I've never.
Is there anywhere I could catch that without like cable and Stars? Like, is it on Amazon or Netflix or something?
No, you may have to go the high seas if you're going that route.
Find a torrent. Get yourself a Dragon box.
Okay. Right.
But I would.
All in.
It is. I don't know. Like, I am super fascinated by the concept.
I forgot what it's called already.
Counterpart.
Okay.
So, like, it's J.K. Simmons.
What's it called?
Yeah, he's in Germany. He's working on this weird job. And then...
modern day Germany or, like, Cold War Germany? Okay.
You guys, I think Paul and I are the only ones who have been, like, Black Mirror fans.
I heard
You still haven't seen?
I haven't seen
It's on my list. I'm getting to it.
All right, move it to the top of your list, bro.
It's awesome.
It's just there's so many seasons. I know there's only like an episode and a half per season, but
yeah,
it's short.
I think there's only like 3 seasons.
Yeah, there's 3 seasons. Yeah,
and there's like 6 per.
Right.
First season is the best one to me. It's really good.
Okay.
Stay away from Black Lightning.
There's a TV show called
that. I refuse to even think that's a concept for anything.
It's
Black Lightning.
It's a DC character.
Oh God! It's a comic book thing.
We got a black superhero too.
That's exactly what it is.
They do. They have Cyborg.
Did this come out about the time as Black Panther?
This came out before Black Panther.
Okay.
It beat, and so I was a.
Is there a Black Thunder?
Oh no, but his daughter, Black. So Black Lightning.
Black Ball Lightning.
Yeah. So he is a high school teacher who is a teacher basically in the ghetto.
Does he cook meth?
Well, no, and he becomes a superhero. I don't remember how they explained it. Like, he got hit by lightning or some stupid shit, and he becomes Black Lightning, and he pretty much cleans up the ghetto. But
what's his power?
He can throw lightning bolts, and he's super strong, and
he can lift like heavy shit.
He can lift heavy shit. He can fly.
Why is that like always a thing?
But you have to see this just to see,
because people get trapped
like
under
Jessica
cars
Jones
all the time.
Lift heavy stuff.
I tried the new season of Jessica Jones. I got bored.
Terrible.
I couldn't do it.
Really?
That
was like
episode 1.
That's on our list too to watch.
The first season.
The first season is
really
pretty good.
I want you guys to just watch the first episode of Black Lightning, just to see the costume.
Oh,
just to see the costume, because it's a black leotard with like neon lights on it in the shape of lightning.
So like Black Panther?
No, not like Black Panther. Okay.
So would Black Lightning get arrested if he was running on the streets? Just if the cops just saw him instantly, be like, you're doing something wrong.
Funny that you say that, because he is considered a vigilante who should be arrested.
That's like,
and the whole idea is that he cleaned up the ghetto, but it destroyed his family, so he stopped being Black Lightning. Now the ghetto's getting bad again, his neighborhood and his high school.
So he's torn.
So he's back to being Black Lightning. But we come to find out that his daughter also has superpowers, and she is the first lesbian superhero. It's a mess.
Was she born after he got struck by lightning?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been Black Lightning for a while, and it's terrible.
Remember back in the 90s?
What network is that on?
It's on the WB or whatever the WB is. Yeah, the CW. Yeah, it's one of those.
What's that one?
Arrow.
What's that one comic movie that came out in the 90s, and it was a black superhero, and it was really cheesy, and it was a comedian guy.
Meteor
Candyman?
Man.
Yeah, that's what it.
Meteor Man. Yeah.
What was the In Living Color superhero? Handyman?
No, Handyman was the In Living Color, but he was
he did there was a movie, right?
It was Damon Wayans. He was I can't remember where he wanted to really be a superhero, and he was like a smart guy who made weapons. It was fucking stupid.
Why did DC
the Handyman skits were pretty good.
The Handyman skits were good. It's gonna be trouble.
Oh my!
Have you guys seen that? It's
That
really,
sounds vaguely familiar, but I'm not sure why.
It's probably really offensive nowadays.
It would never be on TV now. Yeah, it would never ever.
Oh,
be
Living
on TV
Color was
now.
pretty good back in the day.
Yeah, it was. But I mean, DC, like Gotham, I heard, like I've only watched a couple episodes, but I have people that are really into Gotham, so there is a market for that. But Black Lightning just sounds
it's terrible. DC is so like their sole purpose right now is to chase the MCU and try to do everything.
I don't get why
doing.
their movie universe is different from their TV universe, because Marvel's like connected everything, for better or for worse, I guess. But I don't know. Like DC, like TV shows, for what I understand, are pretty like
they're very cheap.
Yeah, they're very like I don't know, like all shucks, kid friendly kind of.
Well, you know, and
it's like the Mike Pence of
and so is Black
superhero
Lightning
stuff.
But you know what? It's very easy to see. Like what is the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? That's on ABC.
I've never seen an episode.
The DC stuff is on the CW, which is like, you know, it's a throwaway.
It's not a real network.
Yeah, it's not a real network.
Yeah.
So they don't have that much money. So they're like, yeah, you're going to put on this black leotard and we're going to like tape some neon lights to you. That's going to be your costume. So it's terrible acting in all those shows. Like there's a whole bunch of DC shows on, like, there's DC Legends and The Flash and
every time you see one of those, you're like, nah.
Yeah, I've never seen one episode of them. Like,
I didn't even know DC Legends was a thing until someone mentioned it to me today, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, I just happened to see it because it's on Netflix already. So,
oh, really? Oh,
yeah. So it's
Now I'm kind of curious.
Chances are, if it's like a comic book thing, I'm like, I'm not going to watch that.
If they're legends, how come I haven't heard of any of them?
Exactly. Because I don't know that there was ever a DC Legends comic book. I think they're just kind of making it up as they go along. So.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, what else has anyone seen?
Has anyone seen Altered Carbon?
Yes, a couple episodes into it.
All right, I finished it.
Shitty.
What is it?
Altered Carbon?
Never heard of it.
I just watched the first episode.
Kind of this cyberpunk thing.
It's very
Johnny mnemonic sort of.
Aesthetically, it's very Blade Runner-y.
Yeah,
like
Blade
somebody watch. I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like most sci-fi movies rip off Blade Runner.
Yeah,
but this one really does it with its visuals. But I don't know. I was pretty intrigued by the concept in the first episode, like the whole like society
people being
structure,
like downloaded into like these disposable skins.
Well, just like rich people live forever.
Yeah, and they just kind of like switch bodies.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. Like overall, I think I liked it, but it's definitely not as great by the end.
Versus it goes downhill.
Well, the movies really hate rich people now. It's just everybody rich is bad in movies,
except Black Panther.
Yeah, exactly. But they don't even act like he has money. Like same thing with like.
Oh, he has money.
Bruce Wayne is the only
person
too. With money.
Tony Stark.
He has money. The only one that doesn't have any money is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He's a stupid kid.
Have you guys watched Riverdale at all by chance?
No.
Okay. I haven't, but everywhere I go,
isn't that like
talks about
dancers or something?
No, but you know what?
That's River Dance.
River Dance.
Sorry.
You know what though? The concept of Riverdale intrigues me because
what is the concept?
It's after like the Archie
comics, but it's like serious. Like it's like.
Oh God!
Like a murder
mystery. Like they're getting abortions and stuff.
Yeah, well, no,
Veronica.
Like they're actually like Veronica and Archie, and there's a Jughead. So
I'm late, Jughead.
Oh God! Ew. Okay. No, I'm actually going through my Netflix right now, and I'm like, oh, what's actually on? And one of them was Riverdale, so I didn't know if you guys watched it or not.
You know what? I like
Altered Carbon. I would say. I don't know. You should give more than one episode. If you're not into it by episode 3, then bail.
Well, see, like, again, unless it's like a new movie and we're gonna wreck it or something like I wanted to see Black Panther, so yeah, I'll go see Black Panther. If we're not gonna wreck it, I'm like, whatever.
Well, I mean, Altered Carbon. It's only I think 8 episodes, 9 episodes.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's
I got to come back around to it. It's pretty good.
Well, if you looked at my what's in my Netflix queue, it's like the Andy Griffith Show and Law and Order SVU. I look at old stuff.
The Office. I'm consistently on The Office.
Star Trek, Next Generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone seen Mindhunter?
I saw that last year.
I keep hearing that's really good.
It's good, yeah.
I haven't had a chance.
It was all right. Yeah, like yeah.
Nice
good.
dark psychological drama.
You know what?
I wasn't crazy about how it ended.
I kind of like how it ended.
Really? Okay.
I haven't seen it yet.
I was not thrilled.
You know what? I'm surprised that I like a little.
Sorry, I'm without too many spoilers, but like, why weren't you thrilled?
I thought it was a little
too over the top, or like too.
Just the idea of bringing him back to that one character, and the whole confrontation that happened. I don't know. Just everything with that one character was like.
Well, I kind of liked it because it sort of like highlights how this is like seems like it's all academic to him and all these like serial killers and stuff. It's all like theories and psychological.
Real.
Yeah, and all of a sudden he like realized, like when he's faced with it, like, this shit is real. Like, this is a killer. This guy could kill me right now. And like, that's when like all the stuff he's been kind of like stuffing down and repressing all of a sudden gets on top of him. I kind of dug it.
All right.
I think I have to check it out.
It's good. It's pretty good.
You know what show has surprised me that I actually like? I've actually only seen like 2 episodes. Is the show Atlanta? Have you seen that?
Mm-mm.
And
it's Donald Glover's
show,
Glover,
right? Yeah, and I hate him with the white hot intensity of 1,000 suns. But it's actually a pretty good show.
I've heard good things about it. I have not seen it.
So he's going to be.
I like
Lando Calrissian.
Right? God, that's next month.
Yeah. If you listeners could only see Shark's face when he said that, the derision.
Well, because I'm torn with this guy because his musical persona is Childish Gambino.
It's terrible,
and he's terrible, but he has a couple of songs that are actually really really good.
I have not heard them.
Yeah, but so
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, his music I can, and some of it is kind of cool. His acting. And so please go on Netflix and watch his stand-up comedy act.
No.
It's the worst garbage you've ever seen in your life.
No, I'm not going to do it.
That's not much of an endorsement, Shark.
I sat through the whole thing because I was like, I'm going to force you to make me laugh. I didn't laugh one time. Not a chuckle. It's terrible. And he needs to go away. But I have friends that are like, oh no, he's a genius. I'm like, no, he's not. No, he's not.
I like him in Community. I gotta say, he's funny in Community.
Yeah, well, other people write lines for him, I guess.
Yeah, maybe.
But so he's. I haven't seen Community. Is he the quirky black guy on Community? Because that's the
everybody.
Only,
everybody's a quirky. Everybody,
yeah, because that's the only
quirky
role
white
he plays.
chick.
Like he's not
guy.
the standout quirky black guy because everyone's kind of weird.
But he's the same character he was in The Martian, probably.
No.
No,
he's an idiot.
No, is he?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So
he's always got like some like zany idea.
Okay, so he's quirky and dumb in Community, and then in The Martian, he's quirky and smart.
Yeah, but like his, I don't know. He's significantly better than because he's not funny in The Martian. Like he's not doing funny lines.
Well, no, but that's the thing. He's supposed like his character.
But he's sort of the comic relief in The Martian.
It's supposed to be funny. But it's just annoying. It's not funny at all. It's just like
but it's like two different. It's like definitely two different takes on I guess comedy or whatever you want to say. But in
The Martian, it's only funny because he is in a situation where it was like J.K. Simmons was kind of the guy he was like shitting on.
No, it's is it J.K. Simmons? I thought it was the dude from Lord of the Rings.
J.K. Wait a minute, I don't remember. Never mind.
I can't remember his name. Yeah, but
let's not talk about movies we saw.
It wasn't
been a long time.
It wasn't J.K. Simmons. But like even I like the show Atlanta. He's not, and it's his show. He created it. He's producer. He's not really good in it. It's like the surrounding cast and the storyline. So that's what's good about it. He himself, should just go somewhere and blow up because he's terrible.
I mean, same with Community. Community is very an ensemble thing. Where everybody gets about the same amount of screen time.
It's like The Office.
I know a really good show you guys are going to like. You ever hear of The Sopranos?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, don't laugh. I recently went through and binge watched that
I've
whole...
never watched The Sopranos.
Oh, there you go.
I've not seen all of it.
I don't know if I've seen all of it.
It kind of got spoiled for me, so I didn't watch it.
You know what? The Sopranos, it started off like the first 2 seasons really good. Then it just got blah. And then the last...
How many seasons?
This is just a joke. We don't have to talk about it.
Like 6 seasons. Actually, it's more like 9 seasons or something like that.
If you guys want to make fun of me, there's a show that I very much enjoy that I'm sure you'll all laugh at. It's called The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, I think. It's on Amazon. It's from the writer of... Oh, damn it, I've already forgot the name of it. That stupid...
Downton Abbey.
No, it's a show where it's like a mother and her daughter... My girlfriend. My wife. Yeah. Oh, that's terrible.
What's it about now?
It takes place in like the late 1950s. It's about a woman, like her husband leaves her, and she has 2 kids, and she like becomes a stand-up comedian.
Oh
That
yeah,
cool.
What's
it called?
Gilmore Girls. The same writer of Gilmore Girls. There we go.
Oh yeah, I used to watch that when I was a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah. Sorry, that was what I was thinking of. Gilmore Girls. It's the same writer that did that, but it's I don't know. It's really good. It's like 8 episodes on Amazon Prime.
Okay,
Tony Shalhoub's her dad.
I like him. Tony
Shalhoub's great.
Has anybody seen?
It's very witty
on Netflix. Fuller House.
No, God,
no. I did actually when it first started.
Can somebody explain to me how this got on TV?
Because you want me to tell you?
Yes, please.
Because the internet.
I guess.
So we already know a lot of the TV shows and movies we get now is crap, right? There's no good content. And as a country or even worldwide, we crave nostalgia, okay?
I guess.
Growing up. So the fact after that show's been off the air for 20, 22, whatever, over 20 years, right? Yeah. So it's kind of like, and I have thoughts about this, it's like, okay, after a show ends and it's been years and years, it's kind of like, I wonder if that show was still going on. What are these characters up to? And that's where I think
people
this came
think
in.
that?
Yeah.
You know what? I guess
not everybody, but people.
I guess maybe because when that show was at its height, I was already a grown up, so
right.
I never paid that much attention to it.
Bringing stuff back is like super popular, right? I mean, Roseanne's going on right now.
Roseanne apparently she and I don't have cable, so I didn't watch it. But apparently, with the launch of her new show, it got in just live views was like 16 million live views, not including anything after the fact.
Well, it was a huge show.
It was it was a huge show back in the day, and now it's like they brought up all the characters, like every single character from that show came back. So people want to know, oh my God, what's going on with these characters now, years and years and years later. So I just think a lot of people crave that nostalgia, and with the same
brought back
characters.
Will and Grace. They brought back a lot of shows.
Is that show still on?
No,
yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's still going.
Is
I
it?
think.
I don't know.
Okay, you know what?
That's what I think it is.
Talking about TV shows, I made this determination not too long ago on Facebook. Did you guys like Friends, that show?
No.
That show's terrible.
I thought it's the dumbest shit ever on TV, and it's like this mega hit. People are in love with that show, and it's so stupid. And when I wrote that on Facebook, people were actually angry.
You know why? Because people want to live in that apartment and basically not pay shit for rent, and that apartment in New York is like a $2 million apartment.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be the only reason.
I was going to move to New York and kill a billionaire or something.
That's what New York is, and we are down.
That's going to spill on you.
Yeah.
You're going to be dank and sticky now.
Yeah.
Do you have any napkins in here?
Man down.
The dank and sticky has happened. But no, like I did not like Friends, and I was Friends came out in the 90s. I was a teenager. I should have been really into it, and to me, it was just like the only thing I liked about the show was Joey because he was hot. So that was it.
He was the hot one.
He was the hot one.
I just can't. I get. Well, like we already determined that I'm very cranky, but like I can't stand when something is that stupid, a show is that stupid, and people are just all over it. Like if somebody were to say, "Oh no, I kind of like it," that's different. You're so okay. Well, you have a different opinion than me. When you say it's like the greatest television show ever, it's like no, it's not.
Dude, that opening,
it's not even close.
That opening song was on the top charts for
That's right.
months, and that song is so effing annoying.
The characters, what's his Ross,
Chandler, Ross, Joey,
Ross,
Phoebe.
Biggest.
Why do I know this?
Ross, biggest pansy in the history of television. And then what's the blonde who was in Romeo and Michelle?
Phoebe.
I cannot stand.
Yeah, she's supposed to be
person.
stupid.
Yeah.
Like an arrowhead kind of thing.
She's the female Chris Pratt Parks
Chris
and Rec.
Pratt is way better. I'm sorry.
Chris Pratt's awesome.
I love Chris Pratt.
Have you watched Parks and Rec?
Yes.
I only saw like an episode. I should check it out.
I saw a couple.
You want to kill that guy because you're like
he's dumb.
Yeah, it's like nobody's this stupid. It's just it's over the top.
I like watching the blooper
I like
reels.
Parks and Rec. Well,
I like the show.
I liked it for like 2 or 3 seasons.
I like the show because I like what's his name, the one who's
the
married.
Mustache guy.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. Ron something.
Yeah, Ron something.
I was going to say Ron Jeremy.
Yeah,
yeah,
but he's cool. He's fun to watch.
Yeah. I like his personality. No, you know what? I don't have TV anymore. I don't have cable anymore. And granted, we have Netflix and Amazon. There really hasn't been anything that caught my eye show-wise. But the one thing that kind of brings me back, since you're talking about older shows, one show I did like was My So-Called Life back in the day. That was my jam.
What's her face? Claire Danes.
Yeah, that was actually.
I remember seeing that growing up, but I mean, I remember seeing ads for it or whatever. I didn't actually watch it.
I mean, it kind
of.
I
watch that with my sister,
right?
Yeah.
It was a good show. Like I was 14, so. You know, it was around the
same.
same.
When I was a 15-year-old girl, it was great. Shark can relate.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it teen angst, the show?
Yeah, it's very teen angsty.
Yeah. I liked it, but
is it similar to Felicity?
Ew. No.
Or is that like one's high school, one's college?
Yeah, exactly.
I know what I've seen recently that's really good. Billions. Anyone seen that?
No.
That's really good.
There's so, you know what? There's so many different networks that you can go to.
I know there's a
lot of TV shows.
There's
a lot of shit to watch.
There is.
And somebody's like I've never seen the show that The Rock's in where he's like a football agent.
I heard that was pretty good.
And everybody tells me that's really good, but I've never seen one episode of it, so I don't
I
really
love The
know.
Rock, but man, I don't care about football, so I never watched it.
Shark, I already know what your favorite show is.
What's my favorite show?
16 and Pregnant.
I've never even heard of that.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
it's an MTV show. Don't be shocked.
Okay, so when I was coming back from Vegas,
oh god,
right?
What?
We're sitting in the airport, and we're sitting in the airport bar, and there was a
that airport's the worst, by the way.
Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah.
I hate that airport.
There's a Jersey Shore reunion on MTV, and I was not kidding. I didn't even know MTV was on the air anymore. I didn't know
it's not music anymore. It's just all TV
I've
shows.
never seen an episode of Jersey Shore.
Consider yourself the luckiest person on earth. Yeah.
I know Snooki. There's somebody named Snooki, right?
Yeah.
And she got punched in the face.
Yeah.
That's the extent of my knowledge of this.
Yeah, I wish it were me that had punched her in the face. I think I saw 1, maybe 2 episodes, and I was like, okay.
It pisses me off that these people are making so much money, and there's really, really true talent out there.
Are they still making money though?
Oh, well, okay. So
some of them are.
I was working. I think it was Flux. I was working at some club, and one of them hosted a party.
It's Polly. It's probably Polly. Why do I know this?
Yeah, one of them hosted a party for which they got paid like $50,000, and people actually came out to see him. And I was being honest. I was like, so. What is it about this person that brought you here?
You were asking them in line?
I did pretty much. Pretty much. Why are you here? Because I was like, is this guy going to perform? Is he going to? But no, he was just there.
He was just getting paid and chilling,
getting paid and sitting and drinking, and people paid to come see that. And I was like, how? Okay, so how do I get that job where like I come to your club and drink champagne? You pay me $50,000.
Get on an MTV show, apparently.
I'm willing to do my own reality show.
Get on 16 and Pregnant.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
52 and pregnant. How the hell did that happen?
It just dumbfounds me that these people in these shows just, hey, you want to get knocked up? You're 15. You want to make some money? You know, it's like, really? Are we really doing this right now?
That's why because how is that possible, that show? Like that's...
It is possible.
That is the most morally wrong thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Because
sounds like it's right up MTV's alley.
Because their whole bit is to show teens out there how hard it is to be young. And
they're there to make money off of.
You're paying them money. Like, really? Come on. Like one show I did like back in the day was True Life, MTV True Life, where they did. It's kind of documentary kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Which the real world.
No, but I did like The Real World when it first came out.
Because it was a new idea.
Yeah, exactly. It was the first time they did reality TV or like 91.
Yeah, even though it was fake as hell, but it was a new idea.
No, I think part of it was truly like real at that point. I don't think it was I think it was unscripted at that point.
Well, this 15 and pregnant.
Okay, that's different. We're talking 15 years later.
The way kids are today, I think that a 15-year-old girl is going to try to get pregnant so she can be on that show.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's where it's
beats college.
Oh God, you would be really bad.
It's probably cheaper.
If they did try to get pregnant, they get pregnant. I'm going to go to hell for this. MTV didn't want them. They got an abortion.
That's probably happened.
I know, and that's the sad thing. It probably has.
MTV should be taken off the air, or at least stop calling it MTV, which stands for music television. If there's no goddamn music on it,
music on it, for sure.
Why is my life like this?
We're so stressed out thinking about it.
I need to own my own network.
Maybe stop watching TV.
Mine would be all old shows. I'd have
The
Honeymooners.
It's called TV Land.
Let's end on a positive note. Let's all talk about something that we enjoyed watching
when I was a kid. Definitely the Brady Bunch when I was a kid.
If you have to go all the way back to when you're a kid to see something you like, sure.
I enjoyed watching hot girls at the bar in Vegas.
So you took part of the Girls Gone Wild videotapes.
Many of whom may have been on 15 and Pregnant before.
Oh God, not in the bars I went to. Okay, so what's your favorite TV show of all time?
Of all time? Favorite TV show?
The Simpsons.
The Simpsons.
Oh, man.
That's such a roller coaster. It's so up and down.
Well, The Simpsons for like the first 12 seasons. After that.
The Simpsons are great, but man, sometimes...
I mean, like recently, I mean, I don't watch it anymore.
I have the most widest answer to this, I think. It's probably Seinfeld.
Seinfeld's a great show.
Seinfeld's good. Not as good as The Simpsons.
Mine is a toss-up between Sanford and Son, The Honeymooners, and Law and Order. So, the original Law and Order.
That's a pretty widespread.
Because that's a show I can watch over and over and over again.
I'm thinking.
Amy's thinking.
I'm really having a hard time with
16 and Pregnant?
Hell no.
My Little Pony?
No. Well, I did like that when I was a kid, but as a kid, cartoon-wise, definitely was He-Man and She-Ra, for sure. But
it's that D&D cartoon.
Oh my God, that lasted like a year. They're on a roller coaster.
Have you heard, Amy, the podcast, The Greatest Movie Ever?
No.
Okay, because that guy, he has a whole section that's called Happy Anime Fun Time. that they do all this. They do a review on all these.
Has Amy premiered
stuff.
on it?
And I would bet you there's an anime on there that they've reviewed that you've
How many animes have you done?
I've done a couple of them, more of background and like little kid noises, but I'm more known for the hentai portion of anime.
How many hentais have you done?
I've done 8.
8?
8?
Yeah.
Oh.
What's the most recent one?
Oh, they're back in like 2006. So yeah, like
back when you had a girlish voice.
Give us names.
Like a kid girlish voice.
But I do have a girlish voice.
What is it? Classroom of Atonement.
Oh my God. There's a couple. Classroom of Atonement, Wicked Lessons, Sex Friend, Private Sessions 2, Story of Little Monica.
Do you have copies of all these?
Yes, I do.
Well,
they're on Pornhub. You can find them on Pornhub.
The Japanese anime, they get into some weird shit.
They do. My characters, not me personally, obviously, but there is some incestual stuff going on, and
not in porn,
and some rape going on
in hentai. No,
yeah, it's a shocking world out there.
Have you done one that involves tentacles?
I wanted to, but no.
Have you seen Yorotsuka Doji?
No.
Okay, I guess it's supposed to be like one of the most famous ever, but I actually saw that thing.
What is this?
It's called Yorotsuka Doji.
This is a hentai?
It's a Japanese anime. I guess hentai. I don't know what hentai is really, but
anime porn.
Okay. Well, no. This
is not anime porn. You're talking about. You're talking about like Spirited Away and stuff like that.
Oh, I love Spirited.
You know what? I guess it is anime porn, but it's like 2 hours long. It's like a whole weird story. There's a lot of anime porn.
It sounds like anime,
but it's like so. A guy is getting ready to have sex with a woman, and he turns into an octopus.
Yep,
that sounds like anime.
Right.
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
And it's like this real famous thing. And actually, I saw the guy, the artist who drew it, because he was on one of the Anthony Bourdain shows, And he looks like this normal guy, and he's just a freak. Like, he's just a straight up freak. But he's like ultra famous in Japan. I'm like, how did it come to that? Like,
I mean, they're really into weird things. There are actual
like what
pictures.
notes in your life has to happen to leads to someone drawing something
about tentacles.
Man into an octopus.
Like,
just the name tentacles.
Never wanted to see an octopus with a
tentacles.
hot woman.
Do they eat a lot of octopus over there?
I'm
Yes, they do.
All right.
Yeah.
Tintillating by tentacles.
So now I have to watch. I have to watch Classroom Atonement.
Okay, if you're gonna watch any of my stuff, please don't watch that one. That's horrible.
Oh, see, now I have to watch it.
No, please don't.
What is the problem with Classroom Atonement?
Classroom of Atonement.
That's a weird sentence.
What? Classroom of Atonement.
It sounds like there's bad shit going on in the classroom.
Bad shit going on.
There's some schoolgirl outfits.
Oh,
I
actually,
imagine.
almost every character I play is schoolgirl or school nurse.
Do you guys say so in the plot?
Huh?
You don't
no, hell no. So when we did this, I didn't even know what I was playing. They were like, hey, we got a part for you. Cool. Come in, headphones. Okay, so this is what's going on. And watch
Cue
the scene
octopus.
That would have been actually cool. And I watched the scene and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'm like, and then one of the lines, because they translate it, it's like, one of them is like, it's bigger and harder than uncles. And I cannot like do that.
How many takes?
And you have to say that while you're in the passion.
Like passionately, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
How many
my
takes?
God.
Oh, how many takes did it take?
Dude.
Who are you?
Was this like a... Was this like
not
a
the
3 hour
Amy I
session?
know and love from the Classroom of Atonement?
No, this is for Wicked Lessons. And no, okay, so we take it seriously, but we actually have blooper reels to it. So we do have fun with it.
Or as you call them, gag reels.
Gag reels. Oh, literally.
So I'm going to have to Google Classroom of Atonement.
Oh my God.
You're going to be on a watch list if you do that.
Probably.
What you mean, gaggle?
Yeah.
But no, you know what? I have fun with it, and it's actually really fun. And how many, not a lot of people can say they do it, but I am with my voiceovers. It's definitely I'm taking a step away from that. I mean, come on. I already know if this ever happens where it's like, oh, you're in a new Disney movie. So we did some research on a dog show and you did hentai. And
yeah, aren't you? Yeah, aren't you the It's Bigger Than Uncle girl?
Don't make me do the voice because I
You can say that in a Disney movie. That checks
it's
out.
all about context.
It is. Yeah.
I get the feeling it's going to be like, hey, where's Shark? You know what? It's the damnedest thing. He downloaded this movie called Classroom of Atonement. Next thing you knew, the fucking FBI was at his house, and he's been in jail ever since. So.
Oh my God. No, it's fun. It's actually very interesting. No, so funny story. So when we do this, they don't give us copies or anything. And I thought they would have. They didn't. So at the time I was working with the military.
That's probably intentional.
Yeah, whatever. I mean,
they want you to return, I guess.
We
want you to do this again.
It's called compartmentalization in the military-industrial complex. You don't want to know too much about the project you're a part of.
Well, and here's the funny, I've never met any of the actors. We all record separately, so I've never met my castmates. But
That's
funny
sad.
story, I was actually doing a military job, and I went to...
What about the 20-year reunion that comes up?
Oh, that's no. I highly doubt that's going to happen.
There's a Facebook group somewhere that's going to make that happen.
There probably is. Actually, I got two stories, and then we'll go on. So the first one is when I found out I was working a military job, and they had Suncoast pictures and everything went in, and there was an anime section. I'm like, oh, let me see what's in here. They had a hentai section. I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like, that title looks familiar. Oh my God, that picture looks familiar. It's English. Let me buy it. So I'm like all like proud, and I go up to the counter, and the guy's like, okay, and I'm like, yeah, I did a voice for it. He's like, whatever. I'm like,
yeah, I've heard
yeah,
that
sure
before.
you are. I'm like, oh my God, no. But
he's like, yes, so did I.
and then the other story, and I totally forgot what I was gonna say. So never mind, forget it. But it's fun stuff. I enjoy.
It's the Mike's Hard Watermelon,
dude.
Yeah.
Again, no food. That's my fault. Whatever. I'm good. So, and being up since 2:30 this morning doesn't help.
Really?
Ouch.
Yeah. Remember, I get up like super duper early. I go work out before I go to work.
Well, that's
why we do this on the weekend.
That's the hentai life.
Oh, weekend, forget it. That's why I smoke on Friday. So. I'm like, I'm good. Let's do this. But no, hentai's, and just any voiceover in general. But now I kind of want to bring in a copy just to give to Shark and be like,
I want to wreck Classroom of Atonement.
Oh God, that would be hilarious.
Oh, okay. So I thought of the other story. So when I started working for this one job, I was telling this guy who was kind of training me. I'm like, I do voiceovers. What do you do? Oh, I do this and that. He goes, oh, what hentai titles? I told him, and he turned bright red. And I'm like, he goes, I have that one, and I must say, he's like, well, what's your character? I go, oh, is this? He goes, you were really great. I'm like.
He had an intimate moment with you.
He did.
What he was saying.
I'm like, and then it takes you that moment. It's like, wow, there are people actually masturbating to my voice right now.
You should have said, I'm going to clock out now.
That's a bullet point for the resume. What that sounds like.
I mean, if really I helped you reach to a point that helped you relieve stress, hey.
I really have to hear Classroom of Atonement now. This is intriguing.
This is no. You know what, Shark? I want you to watch it. You come in, you wreck it, because I know what you're going to say is truth.
Greatest movie ever.
Amy.
Greatest movie since Black Panther.
This is way better than Black Panther. Wakanda Forever, screw that.
You're like, dude, fuck Wakanda.
Atonement forever.
Literally.
Everybody get to the classroom.
Oh God. So anyway, guys, now you know my dirty secret. So there you go.
All right. You know what? So you guys know, none of you have cable, neither do I, but I have a Dragon Box, and Dragon Box does everything. But there is I can't remember what the actual section is. It's all hentai stuff.
Ooh.
And
is it in Japanese?
I think it's in Japanese.
Oh, okay.
He has it bookmarked.
Yeah, the voices
he can get to it easily.
It's like high pitch, like it's annoying.
Yeah. I checked it out, and I was like, I got through like 5 minutes of it because it is in Japanese.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make. I don't think that the translation is correct. It can't be.
It's not. I can tell you that right now.
It can't be. I'm like, I don't even. Based on what's happening here, that line didn't make any sense.
No lumberyard. The scene. What's going on?
There are no bones in spaghetti. What the hell is she talking about?
Yeah, it's the Japanese context is so much different than English. It's really hard to kind of get that. Where sometimes you do have to ad-lib certain things and stuff like that. Maybe
we should do Happy Anime Fun Time next time.
Oh my God.
Oh, that'd be great.
Actually, you know
Big
what?
Floppy unicorns.
I would recommend, if I were to recommend an anime movie for you guys to watch, and if we were to wreck it, it would be Summer Wars. That's one of them. I'm not going to go with like a bigger movie like Spirited Away.
Hentai?
It's anime. It's anime.
All right, I don't want to watch hentai.
No, it's not.
I don't want to be on a watch list.
No. Like, exactly. Honestly, because I would.
You can watch it with your girlfriend. I mean, wife.
Because there are like some really good, like what you mentioned, Spirited Away. There's Howl's Moving Castle. Like those are really well known animes, but this one's actually kind of newer, and I think it's really good. So that would be my recommendation.
I like the Titans one.
Attack on Titans. Attack on Titans. Yeah, everyone likes that. Food Wars. You might like Food Wars though.
To run.
Well,
that's it.
You guys can continue on if you want.
I think we've gone over.
Wrap it up.
I know we want to.
If you listen this far,
we didn't really have. Yeah, we didn't really have a point
because we
Amy
really are all
will
over
send
the place.
you some free hentai if you make this far.
No.
Hey, she gets paid for her voiceovers.
Thank you very much. I need to make that money.
There you go.
Right.
I came for Annihilation, but I stayed for Classroom of Atonement.
Well, if you made it this far, Paul will give you some free hentai voiceovers then.
Well,
I think that's the
don't make me do it.
Please.
I will do it.
Please.
So,
Uncle is here.
Eric's like, I'm going to leave now.
Is the next show Infinity Wars? Or do we want to do something before then?
You know we're going to do Infinity Wars.
I know we're going to, but
when does it come out?
At the end of this month,
at the end of this month. You guys want to do something before then?
What about Isle of Dogs?
How about Isle of Dogs?
Why don't we do that?
You want to do Isle of Dogs?
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Totally do it. Even though you guys, sorry, I'm going to watch Ready Player One this weekend, but I will watch.
You can give us an update.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll be happy to do that next time we do it.
Sure, it's terrible.
It'll be.
I would love to be proven wrong.
Yeah.
It'll be a great juxtaposition of a good movie that's good to watch and a piece of shit movie that you should kill yourself.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
A little hentai for the outro, Amy.
Oh God.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
That was perfect. That's and that'll do it.
And I'm spent.
Can that be her intro now?
No.
Oh, yes.
That's going to be your intro.
There we go.
No. What did I do?
All right. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you guys next time. This is Rec Reviews on Enter Talk Radio.
Have
Thanks
a good
for
night.
watching.
See ya.